Hi, it's Athena. I am here today with a message that's been coming into my heart for the last couple of weeks, and finally, I have a moment to sit down and share this message that I think probably needs to be shared. Um, and it's definitely been popping in my mind over and over and again, and I don't think it's going to go away until I share. So, over the course of the last year, I've had more of an uprise of clients coming to me with depression, anxiety, extreme fears, as you can imagine. And most likely, if you're watching this, either you yourself have experienced that or you know someone that has. All right. So we've experienced an increase, which has gradually led to a point of desperation and hopelessness and complete loss of control, which when we get to that point, we start to feel like, what's the point? What's the point? And so, what's been coming to me the last few weeks is that we've had an upsurge in suicides. With that said, if you're watching this, you're probably acutely aware that suicide rates in our country are up and they're on the rise. And specifically in the last 2 weeks, I've seen more individuals coming forward to me that are having some suicidal ideation or having those types of feelings. And I always share that I myself have moments where I think, what's the point, right? A lot of us have those moments. What was shared with me intuitively today was to point out there are multiple energies, mental points that we come to that bring us to those feelings of desperation, to the point at which we feel it's time to end this life. And I say this life because I do firmly believe, with everything that I do and with everything that I've seen, that we have multiple lives. We have multiple lives across current parallels. We have multiple lives across time, past, present, future. Some believe that we are currently existing even in other parallels, and therefore even at one moment we can have multiple lives. And so I feel compelled to share today some theories around hell, and hopefully provide a little insight and help to anyone that might be feeling like ending their life in this moment, in this realm, in here right now, and to help you with that decision, and to help you to possibly manifest your way out of this moment that you're in and into a place where you want to be. All right, so I just want to back up for a moment. And for those who don't know, I do work with mediumship, which is communicating and seeing those who have crossed over, those who have passed away. And I have worked with spirits of those who have left here at their own hands through suicide. And it's really fascinating to see how greatly their energy can vary. So I've seen spirits who committed suicide here and went on to the other side to be moving back and forth almost like an angel, helping their loved ones here in this plane, helping to create miracles, protecting their loved ones, looking after them. Really cool stuff. And likewise, I've seen a soul who crossed over at his own hands through suicide, who was really tormented in this life with schizophrenia, and who, when he crossed over to the other side following his suicide, he did find himself in what we would call a type of purgatory hell. Honestly, up until that point, I hadn't really believed in hell. Okay, I've read about it in the books, and I just thought, well, that is a creation. It's a figment of the human imaginations, right? And so I did believe that it is a place we can go to, just as there's any other place we can go to in our minds. However, having worked so much with the dead, I myself had never encountered a place that resembled hell. So I was quite surprised to find this poor lost soul in this place that very much resembled what we would call hell. With that said, the work that I did with his, actually it was his cousin that had come to me. The work that we did was to help to release him from this hell, because this hell was a place that was so strong in his mind that he actually believed it to be real and believed that upon his suicide, that is where he would go. And so that is where he found himself. He found himself in this place because he believed so strongly that he would go there. I want to say his family was of the Catholic faith, and so it had been pretty strongly ingrained into him from a very young age that if he died, that he would go to this place. So I feel a word of warning to families that are of a faith that believes that if someone takes their life by their own hands, that they will go to that place. I want to encourage you to stop that, because you are actually wishing them into that place. Okay? You do not need to wish anyone into any form of hell. That is not up to you. Okay? So I'm saying that because there are people that are suffering, and rather than creating fear for them, because ultimately when they feel backed into that corner, that place sounds better than this place, right? So ultimately, I'm going to encourage you, if you know or hear of someone who you love that is contemplating suicide, the threat of fear is not always going to be enough to keep them from moving out of this life. All right? And hell is your creation. You have the power to wish another person into that place. So if you're a person of God, as I am, I would never wish another person into that place. I've seen it, and I would never wish that on someone. Okay? The second thing that I want to say is, right when I said that, I thought of, well, maybe there are some beings who we might want to wish into that place. Okay? So that's on the flip side. So I would say I have seen another place that is like a hell, but it goes by a different name, the name that I don't feel compelled to share. And it's a place that we can read about in Greek mythology. And from what I've seen, it actually does exist. At the present moment, there are some forces that are very real and very alive, and they're not human forces, okay? They're energies and attachments. Some people will use the word demons or demonic entities and beings, and those I would feel okay to send down into that place, but other humans, not so much, right? Maybe evil humans. So in mythology, this particular place in the earth is a place where the wicked were sent. Someone who is tired, who feels helpless, who feels hopeless, who feels stuck, who doesn't know where to go, they're not wicked. They do not deserve to go to this place, and we must not wish them into that place. So for every person you know who feels lost or stuck or hopeless or helpless, let's pray for them and let's wish them well, and let's ask them, well, what do you want? What do you want? What would you like? And yes, it's possible. So this medicine, word medicine, is going to be for anyone who is contemplating ending this life, leaving this life or this place, this planet, and who, even someone who maybe knows someone who is contemplating this. I want you to ask them this very important question, or ask yourself this very important question. First, I want you to just stop and say out loud, I feel stuck. I feel stuck. Then I want you to say out loud, I want out. Okay? I feel stuck. I want out. And then I want you to say, please help me. Very important words. There are some beautiful, beautiful forces in this world that can help you, that can manifest miracles for you, that can help you to find ways that you could not have imagined. And many people today don't believe that they exist, okay? And so that leads us to feel alone and helpless and desperate. but those forces are on standby. However, they will not help you many times until you ask for help. They might see you suffering, and they may believe, because your soul might have actually set out to experience this, they might just be waiting, thinking and believing, well, you wanted to experience this, so when you're ready, just let us know and we'll help you. The example that I often use is I have a 5-year-old who's learning how to tie her shoes and to zip her coat. And so I might see her suffering trying to zip her coat. And I know she's trying to learn how to zip her coat. And yet I offer, okay? That's the trick. She can see me. She knows that I exist. And she will say to me, no, I want to do it. All right. So can you imagine someone on standby who you can't see and you no longer believe that they exist because of stories we've been told to take away our power? All right. So for anyone who is suffering, I'm here today to tell you that this help does exist, that miracles are real. They do exist. I love to help facilitate miracles. I am here for you. I do have to say that I have a program that I've developed. It's an online course, and then we have community. It's the Soul Medicine Progam, and I've designed it to help whenever we feel stuck and we don't know why. So we start with the energy body. We start with healing the roots of our families. We heal the roots of our ancestors. We heal the roots of our past lives, things that we may not realize are impacting us and keeping us depleted of our power. My mission is to help you to come back in touch with your power. So when you get to this point where you feel like there's nowhere to go, like you're stuck and you're powerless and you're helpless, even with money, and I can hear that right now. I know that that's what brings a lot of people to that point, is stress and lack, perceived lack, believing that we don't have the money, the resources, the family, the love, the friends that we need. That can put us into that place where we feel hopeless and helpless. But none of that is true. And so that is why we say, please help. And the final thing that I leave you with is that question. When you're at this point and you feel like you're lacking these things, I want to ask you to please take out a pen and to write down, what would I like? What would I like? And again, I know that a lot of people that get to that point have lost their faith and lost their belief. But when you write down, there's a lot of power in words. When you write down what you would like, you're now inviting these higher powers, these forces, whoever they are, to step in and to begin to help you to manifest miracles and help you to move into the position to receive what you would like to receive, to welcome it in. And sometimes that involves moving things out of the way first, okay? So wherever you are, whoever might need to hear this, whoever might be feeling stuck, whoever is ready and in need of support and moving forward through these obstacles over to the other side of this, I want to say hang in there. Hang in there. And there's so much love and there's so much support available to you. All you have to do is stop and say those 3 things that I said. All right? To remember them. I'm stuck. I want out. Please help me. And then the final thing was to write down, what would you like? So take a seat, take a few breaths, write those things out. And I, right now, from where I am, in time and space, no matter when you see this, I am wishing you well. I am wishing you many miracles manifested on your behalf and a very, very happy ending. You can have that and you deserve that. Thank you for watching this. You can find me seasideshaman.com, and I'm so happy to support however I can. I never want finances to be a reason why someone does not utilize my offerings. So if you or someone you know needs these resources, needs this support, please, please, please message Do not let finances be the reason you don't do this. We will make it work, and we'll get you moving out of this. Thank you so much. Namaste.